Dear students, our today's topic for discussion is note making. Dear students, note making is a way of recording important details from a source. The source can be any book, article, meeting, or any oral discussion. In note making, the writer records the essence of the information. It helps us to understand and clarify thinking. Note making saves a lot of time by going through the notes made. One can get a glimpse of a lot of information from a short note. A note making involves the selection, analysis, summarization, and organization of information. Now, what are the advantages of note making? A note making, a note making is a skill which improves by practicing. There are some advantages of note making. Let us get to know some of them. Number first, it has great importance in academic writing. It is an organization of main points for future use. Note making helps in keeping the information handy whenever we require. It helps in recollecting and recalling the past events said or heard. It helps in concentrating, understanding, and provides a permanent record. Note making format helps a writer to go through bulky documents quicker. It helps in understanding a material if the notes are in own words. It distinguishes between main points and details. Now, note making format. There is a fixed note making format. One needs to follow this note making format in order to have a clear and unambiguous understanding from it. The note making format has heading. The note making format has heading. Heading, it shows the title or heading of note. Heading, it shows the title or heading of note. Now there is another, that is subheading. As the name suggests, a subheading is a division. A subheading is a division of the main topic. As the name suggests, a subheading is a subdivision of the main topic. A subheading is a subdivision of the main topic. One can use many subheadings as he or she wants. Let me read it again. As the name suggests, a subheading is a subdivision of the main topic. One can use as many subheadings as he or she wants. Point. Below subheading, there are some points which are the part of the main topics. Below subheadings, there are some points which are the part of the main topics. Subheading, subheading, subheading. One can add more subheadings below the points for showing the category, types, advantages, etc. Subheading. One can add more headings below the points for showing the category, types, and advantages, etc. Key or keywords. The key portion of the note shows the various codes. The key portion of the note shows various codes, symbols, or the abbreviation used. It helps to get a clear understanding of the keys used in the note making format. Key or keywords. The key portion of the note shows the various codes, symbols, or the abbreviation used. It helps to get a clear understanding of the keys used in the note making format. Now there is a format, let's understand it. Heading, and there is oblique title of the topic. Now first subheading first. Now under subheading first there is one point, and subheading first there is point 1, point 2, and we can see under subheading first point 1, and then there is under subheading first there is point 1, and then there is point 1 in front of the point 1 there is second in Roman. This is subheading, and now there are again the points under subheading, point number point A, point B. Now there is again point 1 and point 1's against there is point third. So we can use we can use under subheading 1, we can have subheading 1, subheading 2, and subheading 3 as as many as we need. Now there is second, that is subheading 2. Subheading 2, this first was subheading first. Now there is subheading 2 in front of the point 2 there is subheading 2. Under subheading 2 first there are points first and point number second, and there under the subheading 2 point number second there are points A and B, and now there is 2 second, now there is point third. So we can have as many as subheadings as we need, and we can have as many points as we need, but the note making, it should be concise, it should be to the point, and it should be as per the norms. Now there is key government, we can use key points government for government, GOV for information we can use INFO. So now we can use symbols, we can use keywords. It depends upon the logical nature. The procedure of note making. Now what is the procedure of note making? Read the passage provided. Read the passage provided. But, so that means we have to go through the passage for which we are being asked to make the note. So we have to read the passage carefully. Now underline the important points in that passage. Now we have to underline the important points in that, underline the important sentences in that passage, because it helps us to make headings and subheadings. So that means first of all we have to, first point which we must keep in mind, that we have to go through the passage, we have to read the passage carefully, and then we have to underline important sentence, so that by underlining these important sentences we can make headings and subheadings. Now there is third, that is make a rough note first, so as to get an idea. So first of all let's make a rough note of the given passage. Now organize them in logical order or sequence. Then we must organize these sentences in logical order or in sequence for the final note. Now use the appropriate note making. For now we should use the appropriate note format as discussed above. Do not change the idea or the message of the passage. So we must not change the idea or the message of the passage. Now there are some points to remember for note making format. Avoid using long sentences as heading or title. We must not use long sentences for heading or title. Never lose the main idea of the passage. We must not lose the main idea of the passage. Ignore the information which is less important. So the information which is less important, we must ignore it. So we must be brief, clear, and specific. We have to use logical sequencing. So we must use logical sequencing. Use proper indentation. We have to use proper indentation. Leave no space to avoid confusion. So we must not leave any space, because this creates a confusion. So do not include your own version or understandings. We must not include our own version or understanding. We must go through the passage carefully and use the points which are described in the passage, and logically. Use abbreviations. We must use the abbreviations. Make note more memorable by adding, we must make it memorable by adding colors, drawings and symbols. Thank you very much.